Hey, what's up guys? We have a special version of Performance Preview today. We're going to do an unboxing video of the PRL Turbo Kit for the 10th Gen Civic Si or all the 1.5Ts. So we're gonna break open this box and just go over everything that's inside and show you. Hey, what's going on everybody? It's JP from Edge Autosport.com. First of all, Merry Christmas. We are releasing this video on Christmas and we're doing it Christmas style as if you just received an awesome gift. We're gonna open up a sweet, sweet box here full of PRL Turbo Kit awesomeness. So we just kind of wanted to do a special edition video on Christmas, you know, and unboxing a Turbo Kit. So cat's out of the bag, I guess, at this point on this video. We are going to be putting this on our 10th Gen Civic Project FC3. We have a GTX 2860 Gen 2 Garrett unit to go with it. There's a lot of different turbo options you can get. And by the way, this stuff is available through our site, so make sure you check out the website if you would like to order this turbo kit for yourself. PRL did a really nice job getting a full, very complete turbo kit made for this car pretty early on, and have actually made some improvements to it along the way. We have the latest version. We're gonna unbox this thing and just show it all to you. So let's get started. We'll get started with the turbo first. This is definitely just like a kid at Christmas, that's for sure. So I've actually already taken the turbo out one time to check it out. So we'll just easily get to the turbo here. So this is a 2860 GTX Gen 2. Garrett released these turbos, I think a couple years back, the GTX Gen 2s, and they're a lot higher flowing than the Gen 1s. Just a really nice billet aluminum compressor wheel here, T25 flange to mate with PRL's adapter, 5-bolt discharge, internal wastegate right here. And speaking of wastegate, here's this turbo comes pre-clocked and has the wastegate actuator bracket already bolted on the compressor housing. This is made to reuse the factory electronic wastegate actuator, which is really sweet. You hardly ever see electronic wastegate actuators in general, but now that they're starting to come out with those, this one reuses the factory one, which is really, really cool. So there's the turbo, best part of it all, and the rest is in here. So let's open this stuff up. There's a lot to this kit. Like I said, it's really complete, so there'll be plenty of stuff to go through in here. Got the license plate frames, of course, so that's always nice. PRL probably sent us some goodies to put in some other packages, maybe some koozies here. Let's see. Box number 1. Oh, you know what? This is going to be a flex fuel kit. So this is actually not going to come in every turbo kit box. This is the flex fuel kit. We ordered this as well to go on our car. So we'll go over that some other time in a different video, but this is the flex fuel kit. Does not come with a turbo kit. Let's see here. All right, so this is the Flange Adapter. Nice packaging here, nice plastic bag it comes in. This is the adapter that goes from the head to the turbo. This is obviously the stock style flange on the head, and then it adapts to the turbo right here. This is a T25 style, so nice smooth transition from one side to the other, so that's pretty cool. All right, next up looks like some hardware and some coolant and or oil lines. That's exactly what it is. So this is what really makes a turbo kit really awesome, is when companies go through the trouble or the time and give you hard, you know, custom bent coolant and oil lines. This is just amazing. I don't know how much different these are than the factory lines, but if they're any different at all, then this is something you can't just go out and make very easily yourself. So having this in a kit is pretty awesome. So you have 2 banjo bolts, 4 crush washers total. We've got a rubber line here some bracketry and stuff. So there are some, looks like coolant lines. Here are the gaskets, labeled gaskets. It's always nice when they have labeling on them. Cut this open a little bit more. So these are going to be gaskets for, let's see here. All right, so this is nice actually. Looks like an OEM gasket kit for the downpipe to turbo, the T25 gasket, and actually that's going to be aftermarket. And then the Honda gasket, which is from the head to that adapter flange that I showed you earlier. That's the only actual OEM gasket in there. And then this is going to be an exhaust gasket, it looks like from the downpipe to the mid pipe or the front pipe, and some hardware. Let's see, wastegate block here. And in the nature of a true unboxing video, it's going to take a little bit of time. So this looks like just an adapter of some sort to make the wastegate work. I'm not exactly sure where this goes on, but definitely looks like a nice machined aluminum piece here. It says wastegate block, so something to do with the wastegate. So there we go. Plenty of stickers. Looks like these looks like shims of some sort, probably to position the wastegate. Obviously, yeah, because you can even see on this aluminum piece, it says, you know, for 0.86, use 1/8 inch shim, 0.125 shim. So yeah, it looks like for different wastegate setups or different turbo setups, turbine housing setups, you use different shims. And then this looks like maybe the arm that attaches to the wastegate somehow. So yeah, just really, this looks like a nice billet steel piece too here. So, so that's going to help mount the wastegate up, make that work properly. Plenty of clamps for various hoses, and looks like probably intake parts right there. And some silicone tubing here. This looks like maybe for some sort of intercooler tubing. And I can kind of tell because right off the bat right here, this is most likely, well, let me see here. Yeah, this is going to be on the intake side, much bigger tubing. But this is probably going to be for the blow-off valve, which is actually kind of nice that they included this. This is going to use a more like a universal style blow-off valve with just a regular style flange, like a hose type flange that just pops down in here and you clamp down. So this is some intercooler piping here, it looks like. This is intake piping here. And this is probably the recirc for where the blow-off valve goes back into. Not quite sure how it sits on the car, but I'm guessing that's what that's for. This is one of my favorite pieces that they included in the kit. This is a heat shield, so some various hardware right here for the heat shield. Some brackets right here for the heat shield, some nice steel brackets. All this stuff is really, really nice, by the way. There's nothing in here that's like questionable when it comes to quality and construction. Everything's been really nice so far. This is a really nice, you know, pre-bent, pre-welded, pre-fabbed heat shield. This is super important. I mean, blocking the heat in the engine bay is super important, especially when you're pushing more heat, bigger turbo. You want to keep the engine temps down as much as possible. So this is a really nice piece. You can get this like ceramic coated too. It doesn't have to just look like this. You know, you can get it ceramic coated in whatever various color that they offer that in. We'll probably do that too. Maybe some black ceramic coat. Looks like piece of silicone here for the intake. Some, looks like hardware here. Some studs and nuts. That might be for the downpipe, I'm not sure yet. Take this clamp off here. Another big silicone tube. This looks like it's going to be, this actually looks like it kind of goes directly onto the turbo and connects to some metal intake piping. So just part of the intake system here, it looks like. Got some hosing. This looks like the oil drain line, if I had to guess, just because of the size of the fittings here. You have a push lock fitting right here, and then you have a male AN fitting right here. This probably goes onto the block, and then this probably, oh no, I'm sorry, these probably connect and just come straight off the turbo. Not quite sure how it's set up yet, but this is clearly an oil return line there. This looks like a sticker maybe. And I'm not sure, maybe they just sent us a big PRL sticker. I'm not 100% sure about that. Here is what looks to be probably an oil feed line, if I had to guess. This looks like about that size, like a -3, something like that, with some stainless fittings, the stainless flange right here. So nice stainless steel braided feed line, looks like. It does come with a TurboSmart plumb-back blow-off valve. Actually, I don't know if I really realized that. So this does come with a blow-off valve. I was actually prepared to figure out our blow-off valve setup, or which one I wanted to go with, but they give you a nice TurboSmart version to work with. So let me open this up. I'll show you really quick what I was talking about earlier with that more universal style hose fitting type of flange. So this is something that you can, you know, guys that do custom piping or just custom turbo setups use stuff like this, where, you know, this is just a hose that goes on each end of this, and it's a blow-off valve, right? So it's just not specifically built for a Civic. You can use it on a lot of different applications. So they give you that, which is pretty awesome. This is a really nice addition. I mean, if you have a downpipe already, you will need to get rid of it. It will not fit with a different turbo. This is why PRL gives you this downpipe with this kit, because it's going to have a different flange and different, just probably barely different turbo location in general. But it looks very similar to their stock style, where they give you, give me just 1 second here. Where they give you kind of the center section is just a straight stainless steel pipe welded to 2 cast, like a bell mouth up here, and a cast piece that connects to the mid pipe or the front pipe. So this is a super nice unit. You can see this is a totally different style flange than stock. It's 5-bolt, it's Garrett style. So there you go. And then, you know, you can put your O2 sensor right here, right off the turbo, which is where it needs to be. Super, super nice piece for a turbo kit right here. This is just for this turbo kit. This whole pipe right here is just for this turbo kit. Pretty awesome. Some vacuum tubing, silicone vacuum tubing here, and some like a T fitting and some zip ties and stuff. So I'm sure the instructions will point out what this stuff is for. Hood struts. I couldn't believe that they give you hood struts for this thing. That's so awesome. While you're like, this is probably the first piece that you want to install, just the hood struts, so that the hood pops open and it just stays there and you don't have to have anything get in your way. These are super convenient. I can't believe that a turbo kit comes with those. Maybe there's a deeper meaning to that I don't know yet. And then the last piece of the turbo kit that we have not opened up yet is, let's check it out here. I think this is going to be some intake piping, because I have not seen that yet. It's all really well packaged stuff here, which is good. You always like to see well-packaged goods. None of this stuff is damaged, obviously. So this is the intake pipe. Yeah, this gets the valve cover. I think this hooks up to the valve cover or some sort of breather system for the crankcase probably. I can't quite remember what hooks up to this, but this is all factory functionality, which is really nice. Bracketing right here. And this is actually a pretty nice looking aluminum pipe. It's like nicely finished. It's not just kind of a raw piece. They actually gave it a nice finish before they sent it out. It's very uniform. So this sits right on the front in the engine bay, right on top in the front. So this is part of the intake system. So anyway, that's the last piece. Turbo, intake, downpipe, silicone, heat shield, blow-off valve, all that good stuff. It's all sitting right here. Hopefully that kind of gave you a little bit of insight into what comes with the turbo kit. That is everything. So we're super excited to get this on our car and give ourselves our own little present and show you guys more of it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Again, happy holidays, Merry Christmas to you guys. Thanks for tuning in. We will see you next time.